Welcome back. Amidst the Omicron threat, Niti Aayog member Dr. V.K. Paul has said that there is a potential scenario that our COVID-19 vaccines may become ineffective and India should have vaccine platforms that are adaptable quickly, quote-unquote, with the changing nature of the coronavirus variants. Addressing an event organized by industry body CII, the COVID task force chief called for modifying the vaccines every year.
What is the fact that there is a potential scenario that our vaccines may become ineffective in emerging situation. In the wake of the last 3 weeks of living with Omicron, we have seen how such doubts have come up. Some of them may be genuine. We still don't have the final picture, and that worries us. And therefore, there is a need for us, and I think that's a scientific underpinning for which there must be attention and resources and focus, that we have to be sure about having vaccine platforms that are adaptable quickly.
Let me take this across to Dr. Sanjeev Bagai, Chairman of Nephron, joining us live. Dr. Bagai, this is a statement that's not entirely unsurprising given the fact that other vaccine manufacturers like Moderna have said this before. However, coming from an Indian government official, perhaps this is the first time that there is such a clear recognition that these vaccines not just need to be updated, but it needs to be done every single year.
Good evening, Madhav. So 3 quick points in this. One is that we know that there is overwhelming international evidence which is scientifically published that the vaccine immunity wanes in terms of B cells, in terms of T cells, in terms of between 5th and the 7th month after the second shot. We also know that the 3rd dose is extremely important to boost the immunity up. In fact, there are 3 very, very recent literatures which have come out today from Israel, Portugal, and Germany, which have shown that the vaccine effectiveness on the ground in the real world dips dramatically after the 2nd dose, and they've compared Delta versus Omicron. The long and short of this is that the Omicron is a completely different breed of a virus genomics, which are actually blunting the vaccine effectiveness. And it is because the amino acid sequencing changes which have taken place have made it more electrostatic and more binding towards the cell, more invasive into the cell, and more transmissible. So what is clear is that we need a vaccine policy now going forward, which should include the 3rd dose, which should include the pediatric immunization, and very clearly for the next 2 years, we will need this COVID vaccine, at least on a...
In terms of the various viral vaccine technologies, there are viral vectors, there are those which are based on inactivated vaccines such as Covaxin, and there are the DNA-based vaccines. Now, from an Indian point of view, which of these technologies is more suitable to regular updation? Because we understand that ZyCoV-D is one of those vaccines which even the government has been saying is one that can be changed quite easily in a plug-and-play mode. Does that work for the 2 other vaccines, Covishield and Covaxin?
Yeah, so first of all, let me allay the fears that the vaccines which are available right now, Covishield and Covaxin, although the effectiveness on the ground is diminished because of Omicron, it will still work. That is because of the T-cell conserved epitopes, there's the peptide protein size, because of cross-reactivity will still work, maybe slightly lesser. But having said that, I think the DNA vaccine is a great platform. Covaxin itself is now being tweaked. The intranasal vaccine, in fact, if you ask me, will be a game changer because the mucosal immunity from antibodies called as IgA enhances your total antibody and T cell count. So I think there are various innovations taking place within the Indian environment, and I'm quite sure we will match to it. Infrastructure-wise, I think we are a lot better prepared than the 2nd wave, and I think the overall message should be, please do not forget your mask in this festive season.
Right, absolutely. And that's really the most important aspect, isn't it? The fact that we will need more doses, and the most important question is that the additional doses or booster doses, perhaps starting with those who are immunocompromised, Dr. Bagai, that's something that we need to look at. Even as we've looked at a 50% figure being crossed in terms of those who are double vaccinated, particularly in congested areas and vulnerable targets, vulnerable areas and age groups such as senior citizens or those who are immunocompromised. Do you think that now is the time for the government to quickly take a decision as far as which vaccine is suitable for a 3rd dose and quickly allowing for that as well?
Yes, Madhav, indeed. So what we have seen very, very clearly is that the third vaccine dose, which is now being called as the booster, in fact, it should be termed as a third vaccine of the primary immunization schedule, raises your immunity between 25 folds going up to 50 folds. There is a new study which has come out from Israel of 5.7 million patients which have shown vaccine effectiveness to dip dramatically with the mRNA vaccine dose. But the Cologne study from Germany has shown it to increase 130 times more, the third dose, even against the Omicron. So I think the vaccines will work. The third dose is critically important. We have to include 4 basic groups in India from prioritization point of view. One is the elderly, the clinically vulnerables, the immunosuppressed, and people who are on chemotherapeutic agents, especially drugs like prednisolone and biological agents. So I think we need to protect the vulnerable, especially the healthcare workers who are continuously exposed day on day to this virus. And in spite of wearing a mask, in spite of taking precautions, we are still at risk. So I think we are the first line who took the vaccine in Jan-Feb this year. So it's close to about 9 months. Our immunity perhaps would be waning inside. Now, whether it's the same dose which we have taken earlier or whether it's a mix and match, I think we'll wait for the government direction. But I think going forward, third dose, ideal combination will be a mix and match.
Right, that's a very, very important point that you made. A mix and match is something that would be ideal, Dr. Bagai. But is there enough scientific evidence to show that the mix and match is more effective than 2 doses of the same vaccine, or 3 doses of the same vaccine rather?
Yeah, so mix and match trials have been happening worldwide for the last 5 or 6 months. They have shown an increase in neutralizing antibodies and T cells ranging from 3 to 4 folds up, going up to 56-fold up. There are lots and lots of publications on this. So now we have 2 vaccines at the present moment, including the Sputnik, which is 3. So I think the government will have to give a direction and policy guidelines as to whether, especially the healthcare workers to begin with, can take a mix and match and monitor them. I think what is critically important is to realize that the vaccines which were made about a year back, which was against the wild strain, that's the Wuhan strain, and much has changed after that. So it has evolved into alpha, beta, gamma, then the huge delta crisis which the world faced, including India, and now, of course, the Omicron. But Omicron has pushed the accelerator button a little faster for us to realize that these vaccine effectiveness will dip over a period of time, which is a law of nature. We understand that. So I think even more emphasis on further R&D to get a vaccine which will match the coming strains.
Right, and also, Dr. Bagai, I know it's very hard to predict anything when it comes to something like COVID. It's been a year and a half and counting since, but the question, of perhaps a year and 3 quarters, but the question that is on many people's minds is, how long is this really going to continue? With variants coming in, there's so much uncertainty still, and, you know, how long is it that we will continue to keep needing these vaccines? 8 to 10 months is what we were told when the vaccines first came into India, and are we also looking at vaccines which have their potency with much longer periods as well that could be possible in coming times?
Yeah, so there are lots of studies internationally. In fact, there is a phase 2, phase 3 trial of pan-coronavirus vaccine. There is a trial going on internationally of corona vaccine with influenza jab, which is as a combination vaccine. But having said that, I think the viruses have learned to stay with human beings. The question is whether we have learned to stay with the viruses. And no graph can be intuitive as a prediction because human behavior is unpredictable. So I think apart from the vaccines, I will stress again very quickly that masks are your major barrier to prevent death. And having said that, the year onwards, I think for the next few years, we would perhaps require an annual shot of the COVID vaccine.
All right. Thanks so much, Dr. Bagai, for joining us and sharing with us all that important information. Certainly, of course, certainly a very, very important statement coming in there from the COVID Task Force Chief in the NITI Aayog, Dr. V.K. Paul.